Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Gumby vs. the Astrobots for the Game Boy Advance. In the last video, we made our way through the Magic Castle book, and we rescued Gumby's parents. And there's no place else to go and nothing else to do, except to enter Attack of the Astrobots. We have 2 chapters, we only have 90 more of these ice creams to collect, and then we're done, and then we're going to be able to beat the game. So, let's go ahead and play this thing. Wow, this place is cool. I'll have to come back when I don't have serious business to attend to. And from here, you want to drop straight down. Now it's time to get through this little area and pick up all the ice creams. And use the ramps to get to where you need to go. There will be moving platforms here. You want to look around a little bit just to make sure that you find all of the ice creams, because it can be easy to miss a few. Anyway, let's go ahead and get rid of him. Wanted to look back just in case I missed anything. Thankfully I didn't. And from here, you want to make your way over here to the snowblower. It's similar to the one that launched you in the Abominable Snowman in the second level of the game. That's first, but it's definitely not the last. Be ready to do some wall jumps while in the ball form after you get launched out of some of them. Anyway, you do want to look around at times, because you never know when you might find or miss some ice creams, especially those 2 over there. And you also want to be ready to roll into enemies too. These bars in the floor limit where you can push these trampolines. So, if you see them, watch out. Anyway, there's a Astrobot right here. There's a ramp above these 3 ice creams. And here's another place where you need to drop down. Now this part right here, you want to be very careful. There are ice creams down there, and you need to be careful getting them. However, there are also ice creams down here. There is some pie over here, if you need it, but you need to push the trampoline over to here. And I may not have pushed it to where I need to push it. You want to use your ball form to get back here. Then you want to go back here. And I was about to say, you need to use the double jump to get back to the snowblower, and then get launched over here, but somehow I landed on the snowblower. Thankfully, we didn't miss anything over there. There was a bottomless pit down there, and there were no ice creams in the vicinity of where we were going to be launched. So we should be good as far as our numbers with these things should be concerned. Anyway, there's a big ice cream up there, so glad we got it. Don't forget to get these. Now this little spring raises this platform. This platform will only be up for a short while before it eventually comes back down. And when that happens, you'll have to use the spring to bring the platform up again. Am I missing anything? I hope not. I really hope not. Though there is that platform right there. Doesn't lead to anything. Though you can launch yourself up there if you know what you're doing. I thought maybe there'd be a pie there or something, but nah. Anyway, we need to get over here. Don't forget to get these 3 ice creams. And then take this platform up. Now go left for 3 ice creams that are easy to miss. And then get launched into the snowblower. And be ready to wall jump here. The platforms make getting down a little easier. You can at least be able to pay attention and tell what you're about to fall down towards, especially if you're holding down the D-pad. Grab these 2 ice creams. Wall jump to the ice creams over here. Maybe I should have called them wall ice creams and just to, I don't know, make use of me not being able to speak sometimes, I guess. There's a pie there if you need it. And here, not only do we have to make some progress, but we also have to grab an ice cream. Also, we don't have to bring that platform up a lot in order to get up here, or get that ice cream. Push the platform. Grab the ice cream. Roll into the... Well, that guy's hard to hit anyway, honestly. Want to make sure you get those 2 ice creams before you continue on. And roll into this guy to, well, get rid of him. Before you make your way over here. A lot of blockhead face statues around here. As if the music wasn't creepy enough. Now you want to be careful because there is a bottomless pit and you can be knocked back by the robots that are here, the Astrobots. Now here, don't go down there, that is death. Thankfully you don't have to jump to get those ice creams. And you want to watch out for those. Really? Well, at least I didn't... I'm about to say I didn't fall too far. Well, I managed to recover there pretty easily. If you need to get the floating Astrobots out of your way, do it. It'll make getting through here a little easier. And also, don't forget, this is not a ceiling. So, don't worry about hitting your head here. And some fun stuff you can do. Jump on all the Astrobots. Take them all down in record time. Some more of these. Not only ice creams, but also more floating Astrobots. And now for the big drop. Well, one of the big drops. Be very careful going through here. These pits are bottomless and they are bad. And let's launch ourselves over here. Be ready to wall jump as soon as you hit the wall. That is death. Don't go down there. Thankfully, even in the very last level of the game is very kind towards the player and says, hey, don't go down here. You will not find ice creams, only a lost life and broken dreams and tears. Alright. Now, before you go over to the left, please get these. There are ice creams over there at the bottom. Be sure you get them. And don't forget these two. Alright. And there are ice creams above this platform. Or this dip, rather. And they can be easy to miss. Another easy to miss ice cream. Okay. Now for the big drop. It is possible to land between the trampolines and just stand there. It's kind of funny. But if you hit it right, which you usually should, you'll just bounce off the trampoline. Anyway, there are 5 of these things right here. And I hope I didn't miss anything. That would be terrible. This is where the last of the ice creams are going to be. Hey, I kind of damage boosted there. That was funny. But yeah, just jump from platform to platform and watch out for the Astrobots, and there's our last 2. That part with the pit and the ice cream that you can see when you look down where the pit is, those are probably the hardest ones to get while still taking the proper path and then going back and then launching yourself to the rest of the level. That's probably the hardest part to do if you're getting all of the ice creams. But guess what? We got all the ice creams, so pat on the back for us. Time for Chapter 2. The blockheads! Come back, you cowards! Don't make me chase you! You have to chase them. That's the whole point. Wow! That is one big Astrobot. He must be... I just now caught this error. There's the Astrobot King. There's a typo there. He must be the Astrobot King, and he's under the control of the blockheads, who are not anywhere to be seen following the one time that our good friend Gumby sees them. So what you need to do is hit that lever after you get launched in here, and you need to push this ball down the slope. The ball comes down when you hit the lever. Be careful when avoiding the projectiles that the Astrobot King throws at you, because even when it's splitting apart and you can see the debris can still hit you. Anyway, in order to get another ball, we need to head to the other end of the room. There are plenty of pie pieces to pick up, and they, just like in the rest of the game, they will respawn if you move far enough away from them, though. You won't have much of a hard time with this. Also, the Astrobot does follow you around as you go across the room. Once you get used to the timing of the Astrobot King's projectile throws, you'll definitely be able to push these spheres toward him and do some damage. Also, yes, you have to go from one end of the room to the other every time you want to get a ball or a sphere, whatever it is you want to call that thing that you need to push into the Astro King, or rather, down the slope into the Astro King. Astrobot King. He takes 4 hits. The battle isn't that hard at all. It can be a little clunky if you're not used to what you need to do, and especially if you don't have the timing to keep this from being a little less monotonous. Oh dear. Wait for him to throw another one. Wow, almost. And there we go. We just defeated the Astro King. Astrobot King. I don't know why I'm doing that. Well, thank heavens for that. What happened? Gumby, what are you doing here? You are under the control of the blockheads. That's not even what his head looks like. What? Or is he in that? Something to think about. Yes, I remember now. They appeared and then I can't remember. They took control of you and your Astrobots. Those pranksters. They forced the Astrobots to chase my friends into all the books in Toyland. Those devils. And then they forced me to fight you. Those fiends. And defeat you. Those... What? Defeat me? Impossible. It was very possible because this game is made for kids. You were held hostage by the evil rays of the remote control. That's it. From this day forward, any Astrobot found with the remote control on planet Astrobot will be short-circuited and sent to the scrap heap. Where's the professor? We didn't even see him once. That was fantastic, wasn't it, Pokey? A little too exciting for me, Gumby. What do you mean, Pokey? Well, I'd rather eat toasted buns than provide transport for pistol-wielding maniacs. And I certainly didn't like keeping the abominable snowman warm. That tree was far too high for little old me. Count Dracula has such a cold, rasping voice. Poor little vampire. And we certainly didn't like that nasty wizard, did we, dear? Horrible. Simply horrible. Just terrible. Uh-oh. Has anyone seen the professor? He's probably back on planet Astrobot building another remote control. I hope he's alright. Now, I think it's that time of the day. Getting better, Prickle. I can almost taste the bread. And we never rescued the professor. Hello? Is anyone out there? I'm hungry and tired and grumpy. Blasted remote control. And that is Gumby versus the Astrobots for the Game Boy Advance. Not much I can say about this game. I mean, it doesn't exactly set the world on fire. You can get through it in about an hour or two. Relatively inoffensive fun for the Game Boy Advance. Pretty interesting to see that our good friend Gumby has been represented in video game form somewhat. I do like that. Kudos to Namco for taking a chance on a game based on a licensed property made by a developer that I believe is from Australia, of all places. The real kid in the land. And also, wow, Namco published this. Also, special thanks to Art and Joe Clokey, who are involved in the handling of Gumby, I guess. Art Clokey for creating him, and Joe for carrying the whole Gumby thing on. And just like that, the credits are over. We can press start. We can go back to our game. Not sure why. But we get knocked right out of the book. And back here. Is there anything you can do for getting all of the ice creams? Or is it just for fun? I'm not seeing anything in the pause menu. What about options? There's virtually nothing for getting all of the ice creams. Well, that was something. I guess it was all just for fun, but nevertheless, it was a fun game. Fun to beat on normal. Will I play it on easy or hard? Not sure. I guess if the mood strikes me, I might do it. Can't really guarantee anything. But what was here I did enjoy, even if some of the ice cream collecting was a bit annoying. Especially with the boss stage in level 3, the trying to find everything in level 5, and that one part of level 6. Anyway, might as well go ahead and give my mini review of this game. Graphics, easily identifiable. They're pretty nice looking. Pretty easy on the eyes too. You can tell who everyone is. It looks pretty delightful. Also, although everything does have that pre-rendered look, I really can't complain all that much. Sound and music, again, nothing that sets the world on fire. Pretty inoffensive. Kind of fits the mood of Gumby, I guess. Same with the sound. Pretty cartoony at times. A little cartoony at times. It's alright. Play control, not much of a problem there. Didn't really have much in the way of problems with it. It was pretty easy to get around. Though, it will take a while to get used to wall jumping once you learn how to do it. And there's the credits again, apparently. That goes on if you leave it on long enough. What else? As I was saying, it does take a little while to get used to wall jumping, and you'd better be ready to use the double jump at times too. Also, trying to jump into the enemies at times can be a bit of a science. You kind of have to be a little dead center on the enemies in order to jump into in order to hit them with a jump. And sometimes if you roll into an enemy, sometimes you might get hit. Like with the flying Astrobots, those green flying Astrobots. Like, you do damage to them, but you also do damage to yourself. And that was especially true earlier in level 6, and I find that a bit weird. But at the end, I still can't complain. And finally, the replay value. Once you play through this game, there's not going to be much to bring you back unless you're spending the day playing a bunch of GBA games and you just want to beat as many of them as possible in a day, I guess. And do I recommend this? I recommend at least trying it out. The game is meant for kids and younger gamers. Though you might find this a little interesting or entertaining, probably because you watched Gumby in the past. I was definitely part of that generation that watched Gumby in the 90s on Nickelodeon. I remember that show being on there for years. Yeah, pre-SpongeBob Nickelodeon it feels like a whole different beast now. And yeah, if you see it, you probably will be able to get it for not a lot of money, probably. And if worth trying at least once. So if you see this, give it a shot. You might not be disappointed. Anyway, this is PrinceWatercress. Oh, wait, I didn't do that part of the outro yet. This has been Let's Play Gumby vs. the Astrobots. Hopefully I will be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it'll be somewhere in between. Who knows? Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for watching, and see y'all later!